speaker of the first series is Andreea. She will talk to us tonight about the neuroscience behind the user experience.
Hello. My name is Andreea. I'm working for Amazon. I'm usability user experience specialist in the testing department there. In my free time, I'm a speaker and also a volunteer, and I'm a hiker and wannabe photographer. If you want to find more about me, you can search me on Twitter, on Andreea Popescu, or on LinkedIn. Today I will talk about neuroscience, and the neuroscience behind the usability and user experience. But before I start, I need to say something. I have a bandage here, but it's not because I want to see my brain. It's just an accident from my kitchen. Because I really like brain, and I will talk about brain as he, not it. Because our brain is a person. Actually, it's us. Okay, what do you think usability is? I need some answers, please. Nothing. Okay.
Ease of getting started seems to be one side, and ease of use once you know how it works.
Pretty good answer. It's good. Okay. Another answer?
Understand how it works intuitively.
Exactly. I would say a thing. Usability has not a definition. Because usability, it's a lot of things. It's anthropology, it's psychology, it's marketing, it's neuroscience especially. Actually, neuroscience is everywhere. Everywhere when you want to start to develop an application, to develop a product, when you want to make a decision, usability and neuroscience. Okay, I found this sentence very interesting about usability. In my opinion, usability is that thing that it's called human in computer interaction. Human-computer interaction. Usability, it's about that human in that construction. Usability is not, okay, I have a product, it's aesthetic, it's usable. No. I have a product which any user will be able to use it. Okay, but I will have a second question for you. How many kilos do you think our brain has?
7.
How many?
7.
7 kilos, our brain?
Yeah.
Okay, another answer?
2. Some millions.
Okay. I put this question because I wanted to say that our brains have just 1.5 kilos. It's almost 2% of our body. And it consumes almost 20% of our body energy. That's a lot. That's really a lot. That's because a very known neuroscience and neurologist professor said once, our brain is our final frontier. Why? Because all the questions start from here. All our answers came from here, actually. We are our brain. We are what we think. Everything we do is governed by our brain. So, as you really know, our brain has 2 hemispheres. The left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. It's a thing that some people said, okay, you are governed by your left hemisphere. You are very into math or into science. Okay, that's right. But I'm not able to read a map. I'm with my phone and maps in front of me, and okay, left, no, right, I'm something like that. Why? Because, okay, my brain is governed by left hemisphere, by left lobes in my brain. So, 2 hemispheres and 4 lobes. Which are brain lobes? Frontal lobe. Our frontal lobe is called our center, actually. It's called our home. From here, from our lobe, we know everything. It's the lobe for emotions, for empathy, for how fast we spoke. English, for example. How fast we speak in Romanian, for example. It's about how we distribute our attention. It's about how we take some decisions. And it's very important to know when we develop an app to know what part of this frontal lobe to know. Oh, okay. The next lobe is parietal lobe. Parietal lobe, it's about localization. As I said earlier, I'm not able to read a map with a map in my front. Okay, you say right, I will look on left. You say left, I will look on right. It's pretty easy to say, oh, okay, you're dumb. No, I'm not dumb. I was a tester, and I found a bug on an application. And I was like, okay, that bug is on the right side. And the developer came to me, okay, where's the bug? On the right side. And I show you on my left side. But sometimes I just confuse you. I have just 2 hands, the right one and the left one, but I'm pretty confused. Okay, the next lobe is the temporal lobe. The temporal lobe is about recognition of language. Sometimes when we speak in another language, as I'm speaking right now, we have a problem. We forgot things, we have some gaps. It's not because we don't know that language. It's because we don't practice every day that language. Actually, from this lobe, we produce our speech every day. Every day. And also we are interpreting the meaning of objects and of things. That's because when we read a website, when we have a lot of information on the website, it will be pretty hard to understand every object from that website. And the last lobe, the occipital one, it's all about visual things, our 2D visual things, how we receive the information from outside. Why I'm talking about this little introduction in our brain? Because I saw that a lot of people can't recognize their brains. It's easy to say, okay, I'm passionate about science, but when I ask them, okay, how many lobes have your brain? Okay, it's an answer too. But I will show you some examples about how our brain works on websites. The principal point of my presentation, actually. You see a lot of websites today with a lot of information. We have information from newspapers, we have information from work, we have information at home, we have phones, we have messages, we have information for notification from application, we have information. Too much. Our brain is ready to collapse then. Because there are too many things, and the capacity of memorizing is not really big as we can think it is. We understand all those things, but we can't go further with all of things. It's something like that. It's a real website. I've used AdBlock, but this is real. This is for real. For corporate communication, for pretty many companies as BBC and a group, a lot of them. And it's a mess. Imagine that something like that is every day on our brains. Why? Because we have notification, which is a lot of information. We have, emails, we need to read a lot of emails. We have specifications to read, we have a lot of things. So, when we develop a website, it's very important to categorize the information and to provide for user just the specific ones, just the specific information for what you want to show. If you have a corporate communication, make some tabs with your speakers, tabs with information about your company, as it's a menu, but it's not really a menu. But try to categorize them. Don't show full of them. Show on categories. It's very important for our brains because it's a lot of information. On which element are you looking right now? Which element? Maybe I'll ask you tomorrow. Can you remember the elements of this website? Will you remember these elements of website? Maybe you will say, okay, it was a very crowded website. But it's very important to pay attention on what you deliver to your users. Also, our brain is very happy when you integrate on your application and your program some rewards and you motivate. You motivate the user to go further, to check your menu, to read your text, to go further through your website, through your application. In that process, our brain is happy, like dopamine happy. Like when dopamine is a pretty known neurotransmitter, which is heavily active in the frontal lobe. Dopamine, when appears dopamine? When you taste a good wine, when you have some good sex, when you are happy because your teacher said, okay, you have a good project, or when your manager said, okay, you're the employee of the month. That's some examples when dopamine can come. And it's important to go to want to go further, to be motivated. For example, Google starts a new thing, Smarty Pins. It's motivating you. Why? Because you will see how much geography you know. You will see how many places you know. You will want to see how good you are on reading maps. And you will see, your brain will be motivated. Think about, you will have to read, instead to discover some places in that way, you will have to read a book or a website with 10 articles about 10 places. But one after one. It will be harder for the brain to read a lot of text instead of to play a game to discover new places, to find information. Playing a game, motivating the brain, it will be very successful as an application it will have. Okay. Patterns. What is a pattern? A pattern is that header from your website, for example, when you have the logo in the left side and the search bar on the right side, I guess. Left, right. As I said, I have a problem with my left and my right. Okay, when you enter on a website, your vision, because you already know that the logo is on the left side and the search bar on the left side, you will want to see the logo in the left side and the search bar on the right side. It's very important for users when navigate on application or on a website to have the elements, the known elements, on the right places. Think about that, having the search bar almost on the footer. I've seen some websites with search bar almost on the footer or no, or not at all search bar. It's a mistake. Why it's a mistake? Because you don't have time to stay on the website to search by yourself. When you want an information, okay, I want an information about I don't know, about a bus. Okay, I don't have time to check the route by checking all the buses. I want to search that bus. For example, I'm pretty happy to make a presentation. Okay, it's my activity. But someday, someone come to me to say, well, we have an application for a presentation, but we have the visualization for slides in the right side. I was like, in the right side? Okay, let me check. I checked, and it was horrible. Why it was horrible? Because my habit, my left habit to visualize, to view slides, wasn't there. It's a pattern. It's something I'm used to. It's like, okay, you will put the header, the logo in the place of the search bar. Oh, okay. And another important thing is how we decide. How we decide, again, is the part of our frontal lobe. So, it will be great to avoid noise when develop an application. What is noise? Noise can be information as on corporate communication website, or a lot of elements, one by one, by one, by one, and a lot of entries on the menu, not categorized entries. So, the staff from Mammoth, when developed this website, made very good research about their users. And they not let them to choose what they want to search through their menu. They categorize very well their product to save some time when you enter on the website and to find the right information for you. If you want some Alpine things, you will get into the Alpine things category. You will see there all the product. You don't need to go to women and go to boots and go to mountain boots and go to four-season boots. No, you will see on Alpine boots, Alpine climbing, everything you want about related about that. To have specific categories is very important. Why? Your users do not have time. Are some research made about that a user is on a website almost 5 seconds. So if your user don't see the information he or she is looking for, he will leave. And your website, it will be just something aesthetic, just something pretty nice but unuseful. Okay? In our schools, in faculty, in masters, our teacher always said, okay, make your thesis with justified alignment. Maybe it's aesthetic, but it's not for memorizing and it's not for easy reading for the brain. Why? Because our brain reads in shapes. It's like something, I see word, after that letters, after that shapes. And in that moment, you are not able to memorize everything you want in a short time. You will have an aesthetic thing, but not a readable thing. And a lot of websites, I've seen that they use that kind of alignment, justified, and it's not okay for users. It's not okay. Just try an experiment at home. Try to read something justified and try to read something left aligned, and you will see a big difference between them. For example, here Medium. Medium has all its articles from left aligned. Okay. And another mistake that a lot of designers are doing today is to use a lot of decorative fonts on websites. Again, it's a mistake for the brain. It's very good for eye. It's something aesthetic. It's something like I see a black dress. It's very beautiful black dress, but it's not fitting for me. Something like that. Okay, it's not easy to understand. It's not easy to learn. It's not easy to memorize. For example, and this font has some countries where this flavors is most popular. Canada, USA, France, but it's not readable at all, especially when you have a lot of text. Okay, it's working for a postal card, it's working for a poster, but not for text, or for a website for presentation. Okay, if you want to go on Dribble or Awards, it's okay to make your website in this way with decorative fonts, but either way, no. Cognitive load. Remembering, memorizing, thinking, making decisions, and a lot of other things. Scrolling takes less brain power than clicking. As you think. My mistake. Okay, for example, it's easier to scroll down. It's very easy. It's like when you're going to sleep and you have a book and page by page, you're almost sleeping. Okay. That's the thing, because you're just scrolling. You don't have to take any action. But when you have a lot of buttons to, for example, WordPress blogs, you have there, okay, page number 2 to continue to read that article. Is an activity that interrupts your attention. And your brain will need to reconnect to attention and again and again and again. For example, this is with pagination for articles. It's a very known approach on some medical studies and something like that. When you have a lot of things for studies or something like that, when you have a lot of things to read, you have pagination, and it's not really a good approach. Okay. Every single neuron, the brain is complicated as New York City. Think about the fact that we have 100,000 neurons in our brains. That's a lot. We have very many cities in our brain. Okay? Here are some resources I've used for this presentation. And if you have some questions, I'm here to answer. Okay, no questions. So, thank you.